So I'm gonna take this a few different lanes here. You know how it is, man.
I know how it is. Hack.
First one, as your child grows and gets into better leagues and competitions, like Tate started off in a house league, or first a rec, then house, then he got selected for an AAU team. And as your child grows, and if you're a parent who has these aspirations, or the child has aspirations, understand that it will become lucrative. Lucrative. So have some funds aside for that. So, and also remember, every parent is paying this fee. Every parent has expectations. Just because your child was the man on his or her league, or it might be him or her or whatever it is, it's not promised that will be the case in this better league with better competition.
Can I just share
Sure.
very, very short story?
Sure.
So flag football, that was D. Like, and even though we didn't go win a championship, we won one playoff game. We lost to the runner-up in the second playoff game. But he killed it at running back, right? He was so small, so quick. Like, he was darting up and down the field. He scored a touchdown, at least one touchdown, if not multiple, in every single game except for the elimination game in the playoffs. So some games where we only scored 6 points, that was his touchdown, right? And so there was a few times I caught him talking about tackle football, because we weren't there yet, talking about how fun it's going to be because he was so good in flag. And I was like, bruh, tackle is a whole different story. And then there's going to be a lot of other kids, and some have been playing tackle longer than you. And so you get there. So same thing, right? Like, he could have played on the American team if I really didn't want to coach. But he has stiff competition,
of course,
to go up against, because there are other parents who their kids have been playing. They're just as athletic. Some of them are bigger. Most of them are bigger. That you got an uphill battle to climb.
And you'll see the field less playing time.
Correct.
So that's the other. That's the part. Just because your child was him or her, don't mean they're going to be him or her here, because now all those hims and hers
are all together in one. Yeah.
Now you got to find out who's really him,
who's really her. Yeah.
And as you go up higher and higher, it gets harder and harder. And the separation comes here and here. This is where the separation is. Who can think differently, train differently, not status quo, not what he or her is doing, not worrying about what the other kids are saying. You know what? I believe in myself. I'm going to do this. You want to doubt me? Go ahead, keep doubting me. You know how we are at the court, right?
Right.
Someone doubts us. I want to put that same. All right, go ahead, keep talking. I'll show you. And if not for you, I'm gonna show myself. I'm gonna do it for myself. So that's my first piece of it, right? One is the finances. Two is the expectations as a parent, and you get to that level, and for your kid, you and your child, manage expectations. And my third one is to look. Coaching is the easiest part of this whole process for me.
Yeah, the actual
coaching, dealing with the
coaching,
kids. Yeah. Especially practices. I enjoy that the most. This is a very, 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 I know you'll sign off on it, time-consuming process. This will take you, if you're going to coach, it's going to require your time. You got to be there first. You got to be there at the end.
Be there last.
Clean up.
Yes.
Your child's going to be with you. You got school the next day.
Got to make sure all the other kids get picked up.
Correct. There's a lot of other factors involved. A lot of coordination with other coaches. A lot of coordination with the commissioner, with other teams, jerseys, field availability, access,
Socks was the point of contention in the last week.
Right. and remember for basketball, it was getting a court.
Right.
There's a lot of factors involved. So if you don't have the time commitment, I would say to watch it, learn it, and then get into it. But my man's here just got thrown into the fire and he took it. But again, you sink or you swim.
But again, and if you don't, that's fine. This is not to say everybody should coach.
Right.
But just realize and then understand and respect that and say, you know what, even if I don't like the style, because I know you had that, right? Like there's a coach where you're like, I don't really prefer his method of coaching, mm-hmm. but we're still going to respect the fact Absolutely. That he's taking his time to do this.
Correct. Just like anybody else, you may not like a ref,
right?
But he or her, they're taking their time to do this,
right?
So respect that. Just like you as a parent woke up, drove your kid,
right,
picked them up, whatever. We respect that. Same thing. I always thank all the parents and all the kids for coming out, being consistent, and just kind of going through with this. Because, I mean, again, no one has to.
Right.
No one's forcing you to do it. So if you choose to be there, then be there. But again, be respectful when you're there. So that's my advice.
Sign off on all that.